In today's video, I'm going to break down the Bitcoin and Ethereum price charts, and I'm going to give you my next move for where I think we're going in the market and reveal the trade that I just took. So make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So we're going to start off with Bitcoin, taking a look at the Bitcoin price chart. Now, I do just want to mention that we called the bottom perfectly, and we took this trade here right from the bottom at 107,000. And I revealed this on my YouTube channel. If you go back and watch my video from a few weeks ago, we nailed that trade perfectly, and it's played out exactly as I predicted it would. And how did we know to take the trade from that level? Well, there was a few macro reasons why. One of them was it was also the Fibonacci golden pocket, and as we got down to that key level of support and resistance, which was a key level of resistance from back here, we were also printing bullish divergences on the lower time frames, and that's how we knew to get into this trade. But you probably want to know, where do I think we're going from here? Well, when we take a look at Bitcoin, we can actually see that we're essentially trading kind of within a sideways range here, and we've actually come down to the bottom of that sideways range, or near the bottom pretty much. But when we pull a volume profile, we can actually see that it puts the value area low right at 112,000. Now, typically when you come down to the value area low, this is indicating that the price is actually undervalued and oversold at the moment, and typically it will make its way back up to the value area high of that range. Now, as you know, one of the reasons why we took our previous trade from $107,000 was because it was the golden pocket. It's the level that price will like to come down to retest before putting in a higher high. Well, when we actually zoom in on this macro range here, we can see that we're also once again hitting the Fibonacci golden pocket, and we're expecting it to then put in a higher high and return back up to the previous highs back here, and then potentially break out. And when we zoom in on some shorter time frames, as we're coming down to that key level, we can actually see that we're printing a bullish divergence, and this is where the price action is going lower, but our momentum waves are getting higher. And this indicates a loss of momentum in the current trend. So when you hit a key level of support, like the Fibonacci golden pocket, and you're printing bullish divergences as you're hitting that key level, this is an extremely strong signal that this is the bottom and that we're about to start reversing to the upside. So this is why it would be a great time to actually enter into a trade for Bitcoin, because the risk versus reward here is great. So you could enter into a trade, something like this, where you have your stop loss just below these lows, and you could potentially ride this all the way back up to the highs of that range, and that would give you a great risk versus reward ratio. Now, let's go take a look at the Ethereum chart, because Ethereum is actually printing an extremely bullish pattern at the moment. So if we go to the daily chart, actually let's go to the weekly, let's zoom out even more. So we can see that we had a very key level of resistance, which was this $4,000 level. So Ethereum got rejected from this level back in February, June, and also in December of 2024. So this was really our key level that we needed to get above to be bullish from Ethereum. And when we finally broke above this has now opened the doors for Ethereum to go into price discovery. But first, what we're doing is we're actually coming down and we're retesting that level. That previous level that was resistance is now a floor of support holding up price. This is extremely bullish because this can give us the momentum to then skyrocket into new time highs, and at an absolute minimum, at least return to the previous all-time highs back here. You could even kind of look at this as like a sideways range here, which Ethereum might just trade in between and bounce around for a while before we eventually get a breakout to the upside. And this is the trade that I've actually personally taken, is I've entered into a leveraged long position on Ethereum, expecting us to, at a minimum, at least come back up to these all-time highs, which is actually a 20% move. So on 10x leverage, that's a 200% gain. And if we break out from that level, then the sky's the limit of where we could go. But if you do want some more exact price targets of where I do think Ethereum's going in the long term, then you just pull a Fibonacci extension, and my next major target would actually be around 7,300 for Ethereum. That is where I do believe we are headed to once we break out of these all-time highs here, that we will get a really sharp move up to that first Fibonacci level. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's the trade that I've actually taken. If you guys want to copy my trades and know the exact trades I'm taking, you can actually purchase one of my packages. And if you'd just like to learn more about trading or learn more about crypto in general, I do offer one-on-one coaching as well. Just send me an email or message me on social media. But besides that, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is there.
Bearish target of 13 times though.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.